and welcome to today's episode of Dio's Studio. I am Dilmi Narsingha, and today we are diving into a topic that's crucial for anyone looking to stand out in today's competitive job market: personal branding. Joining us is well-known communications manager Ms. Lalampi Rajapaksha with extensive experience in identifying top talent through their unique personal brands. Also, an experienced management professional with 26 years of experience in marketing, brand management, corporate communications, public relations, administration, HR, and digital media. Currently, she is working as the corporate communications manager at Sunshine Holding PLC and also a visiting lecturer in marketing and management studies. Welcome, madam, and thank you for joining us today. We are thrilled to have you here.
Thanks, Devmini. I'm also happy to be at your forum.
Yeah. Together, we will explore what personal branding really means, its benefits for young professionals, and how it can be leveraged effectively. Whether you are a student or a budding professional or simply interested in enhancing your online presence, this conversation promises to provide valuable insights. So let's start it. Madam, what does personal branding mean to you?
Okay, Devmini. Before starting on personal branding, I would like to talk about this word branding. It has a long history, dates back to more than 2000 years. Though at that time you didn't call it branding, it was a practice. How did this practice come to be? The shepherds and the owners and farmers who owned livestock, that's cows, cattle, sheep, and stuff, animals like that, they used to mark their animals with a certain sign so that they won't lose it or someone else will not steal their animals. So that is where this whole branding or labeling concept came to be. But it became more popular during the 19th century among farmers in Western countries, and eventually marketeers and product manufacturers started adopting this branding concept. So fast forwarding into the 21st century, today when we talk about branding, couple of concepts or couple of notions come to my mind. One, the first thing is a brand or branding is a promise. Second thing is branding is about ownership. Third thing is about creating recognition. And all inclusively, branding is all about making an emotional connection with your audiences, with your society, with your stakeholders. So when you talk about personal branding, coming to our topic, it's about creating an identity, a recognition, a promise for yourself and about yourself. So when if someone wants to position themselves in the society as a professional or as a politician or as a creative person or as a social worker, I think branding oneself is very important.
Interesting insights. Moving on, how do you believe personal branding can benefit young professionals entering the job market?
Good question, Devmini. If a young professional, obviously they will look at entering into good jobs once they finish their education. But personal branding should not start when they start looking for jobs. Actually, branding oneself should start at a very young age. When you are in school, within your family circles, within your social reference groups, maybe in your religious institute, you can start your personal branding. That is, how do you differentiate yourself? Personal branding is all about differentiating yourself and building equity for yourself. So any young professional who aspires into entering into the job market need to start their personal branding at a very young stage, a thought comes to my mind. All of us know about Amazon and the owner, Jeff Bezos, right? A very famous statement by him. He says, branding is all about what people say when you're not in the room, right? So it can be a physical brand, it can be about a person. So you need to develop a personality where people say positive things when you are not in the room or not among themselves. So I would say young people should make a conscious effort, a very strategic effort from a very young stage. I would say from the age of about 10, 12 years old, to craft their identity. And today it's a very competitive world. And there are various ways you can identify ways and means of developing your personal brand. And once you identify your key characteristics, your personality traits, what you like to do, start building on those. Don't wait till you finish your university education or school education or tertiary education to start building your brand. Start building it from a very young stage. You can communicate this message to the young generations, young students, so that they will identify their path, what they want to do in the future, and based on that, they can start building their profile. Say, for example, if there is a youngster who is interested in lifestyle training or personal fitness training or something like that, or making a startup, what should they focus on? Say, for example, if you're a undergraduate who is aspiring to become a startup owner, to make a startup, right? Then you need to start developing your personal brand around concepts relevant to that. Talk about it, write about it, publish pictures about those things. Start writing stories about other startups, people who have succeeded with startups. So that way you create your brand identity or your personal identity around what you like to do. And once you qualify, once you graduate, the rest of the world sees you, observes you as a person who has a very clear idea and an identity of what they want to do. So then it becomes easy for you to find employment or to start your next career path. So what I want to say to the youngsters, the students, start your personal branding initiatives as soon as possible.
That's quite informative. Thank you. Now, considering the digital age we are living in, how can university students leverage social media to build and enhance their personal brands?
Very timely question, because unlike our time when we were trying to enter into the job market, today social media has given multifaceted opportunities to everybody. I wouldn't say only for youngsters, young students, but even the mature X generation people also, to position themselves in an appropriate way. However, it is very important to identify and select what you are going to do on social media. I will share one of my personal examples. When I was applying for visiting lecturer positions, one interviewer requested me to share my personal social media profiles. So he specifically wanted me to share my Facebook identity and my LinkedIn identification. So yes, I did that, and of course I got the lecturing opportunity. And later on, I asked him why did he wanted my social media links. Usually at that time, you usually go by the CV. You look at the CV, you check the references, and then you select or reject a candidate. But here this person wanted to look at my personal social media profiles. So later on I asked him. Then he said, that is how we assess a person's personal profile and the professional profile. So very clearly, my Facebook would give me who my friends are, what I do during my leisure time, what are my interests, what do I talk about in general, how do I position myself in the social platforms. Likewise, very personal things. But when it comes to my LinkedIn profile, it says, what is my career progression? What are my skills and competencies? What have I done in the professional world? What am I good at? Who's in my network? It gives a very good professional picture about yourself, right? So look at the two things they are measuring you on, your personal profile and your professional profile. So that is my experience I'm sharing with you. So for a current undergraduate or a youngster who is aspiring to get onto social media, it is very important you use it in the proper way. Also, the first advice I would say is, please don't follow the trends. You will see various trends coming up at very close intervals. Please don't follow trends. Okay, you learn from the trends, but you don't follow them blindly. First, identify and understand your personality, what you like to do, what you're good at, what are you studying, what you want to be, what you want to be known at in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years down the line. Then do the SWOT. Then understand your strengths and weaknesses. What are the challenges and opportunities you have? Based on that, start developing content. Start positioning yourself in social media. That is how you need to build your equity on social media. Just like a brand builds its equity, a person also needs to build his or her equity on social media. So as time goes by and when you start collecting content on your social media platforms, after some time you will see what kind of a equity you have built for yourself. And then do periodic evaluations and assessments of the viability of the content you have positioned on social media. Based on that, you communicate, you share, you reshare, you promote, you boost, you ask your friends to share. Likewise, you proliferate the social media with your content. And after some time, you need to evaluate and assess whether you are going in the right direction. And if you're on the right direction, you can continue. But if you want to make corrections, just rectifications, take a step back and do the corrections and then move on. So what I want, but it has to be a very strategic, very calculated effort when you are positioning yourself on social media to build your personal brand. Again, I want to reiterate, don't follow the trends, follow your own brand equity building methods.
Excellent points. Lastly, as a communications manager, what do you look for in a candidate's personal brand when considering them for opportunities within your organization?
Very timely question and a very important question, because there is high competition when it comes to recruitment. There's competition in two ways. One, among candidates, that is youngsters or employees, potential employees who are trying to enter organizations. The second level of competition is among corporates who are trying to recruit the best talent. Every organization would want to have the best talent in their pool, right? So there's a huge competition in the employment field today. So yes, social media is a platform which youngsters can really leverage to position themselves. At the same time, organizations also look at candidates and their personal branding when they want to do recruitments. Like I said, if you have built the brand, your personal brand from a very young age, you will have a lot of content on your pages, on your platforms. Then a company finds it very easy to identify the right candidate, because it's not only about your academic credentials. It's a lot more than that. It's about your interpersonal skills, your soft skills, your hard skills, your knowledge, attitude, value systems. So all these things can, to a greater extent, can be seen and captured from social media. At the same time, organizations like to recruit people with multiple skills who can bring diversity to their organizations. So if your social media is a testament for what you have done, what you have contributed in the past as a youngster, or what you are aspiring to contribute in the future, all that helps a recruiter, a potential recruiter, to make a very good assumption about you. And that way, as recruiters, we go through a lot of these details when we want to recruit people, especially in not back-end operations, but especially front-end operations, like jobs in marketing, sales, communications, HR, where you have to deal with multiple personalities, multiple situations. So if you have positioned those things, or rather if you have displayed those things in your social media, it makes life a lot easy for a recruiter to identify good talent. So yeah, that's that way. We recruiters or organizations can count on a lot on social media to identify good candidates.
Thank you for sharing your valuable perspective on personal branding.
Thanks, Devmini, and I enjoyed talking to you, and I hope the ideas I shared will be useful to the youth of Colombo University when they are making their career choices. Thanks very much.
Yeah. So, yes, it is clear that building a strong personal brand can significantly impact one's career trajectory. Once again, madam, thank you for joining with us today. And we hope our listeners found this discussion as enlightening as we did. Thank you so much.